Hey, everybody, listen, it's Sunday. It's Trending Topics. I'm glad to see you in the building. I hope you had a good Sunday today. I had a really good Sunday, and now it's time for Trending Topics. And the title is Mom's Gone Too Far. Mom's Gone Too Far. We got this mother, the one mother. She said her kid was getting bullied at the school. She went to the school for a meeting. This is according to her. Went to the school for a meeting. The girl that was allegedly bullying her daughter, they come out the school at the same time. They get to a verbal situation. Next thing you know, they putting hands on each other. Next thing you know, the mother told her daughter, "Give me your Stanley Cup." And she jumps in the fight and she's busting the teenager upside the head with the Stanley Cup. Mom's going too far. We're going to talk about it. Then we got this other mom. I mean, there's no book on parenting. And the people sometimes just don't make no sense whatsoever. I guess the dad must have lent the mom the pow, and maybe the dad was going to pick up the kid after school. So the mom thought it was a good idea to return the pow to the dad by packing it in the kid's backpack. She must not have told the kid it was there. So the kid gets to school, find it in the backpack, tell the authorities, and now mom's arrested. And rightfully so, because she's a big dummy. And anything could have happened. Why couldn't the dad simply come back to the house and get his stupid? But that's what we're dealing with right now with these moms. We had another mother, daycare worker. She thought it was a good idea to abuse a toddler. The toddler comes home with a black eye. Now she's locked up. I don't understand what's going on with people these days. Yes, fancy, mind blowing. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. But listen, we're going to talk about it Sunday night. I'm trying to do a straight hour, 60 minutes, people. We're doing 60 minutes tonight. That's what we're shooting for, okay? 60 minutes. So I need to bring the people on in the building. Y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. It is Sunday night Trending Topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is Mom's Gone Too Far. We got one mother jumping in the fight, another mother sending her kid to school packing, and another mother clocking the toddler in the daycare. Messy. That's right, Fancy. Let's go. Hey, Felicia. Hey, Julius.
Hey, y'all, hit the like button. Remember, we doing an express train tonight. Yeah, because I got to work in the morning. Can't be on past 10.
All right, y'all, hit that like button. Welcome in the building. I appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this first story. This mother, jumping in the fight. Let's take a listen. Hold on one second. I'm just waiting for it to come on through. There we go.
An argument between two teenagers at Brentwood High School on Long Island takes a dangerous turn when one of the girls' mothers got involved.
Yeah, police say the mother began to attack the 14-year-old with a metal water bottle. A security guard broke up the fight, and then police arrested her.
Today, she appeared in court. Eyewitness News reporter Stacey Sager is in Central Islip with the story. Stacey.
Well, Joe, it depends who you believe on this one as to who really started this fight. But what we know is this: a 14-year-old girl from Brentwood getting set to start 10th grade. She needed 17 stitches in her head yesterday after another girl's mom clocked her in the head with a metal water cup. Here is the video. Daughter outside Brentwood High School yesterday. You see what happens next. The woman in the yellow tank top, the mom, then pummels a 14-year-old girl in the head. Police say that mom is 35-year-old Tony Monroe of Bayshore. Security was at the high school where summer classes were taking place, but the officer who called for backup just couldn't stop the fight in time. We spoke with the 14-year-old girl, Madison Evans, who suffered the laceration in her head. Once again, after some sort of fight as they were leaving the school.
And the next thing you know, she wanted to fight. So her mom told me to put the cup down. So I threw my cup and she grabbed her daughter's cup, and she threw a punch, I threw a punch back. We started fighting. Her mom just came in and started beating me with the cup. And then next thing you know, I get pushed into the school, and I took my head because I saw blood dripping. I took my head and I saw blood all over my hands. I didn't think she was going to hit me at all. I thought she was going to try to stop her daughter, but she ended up hitting me.
How can a grown mom go to a school and attack a young, even though she's big for her age, she's still a kid coming out of summer school. So as a mom, you're supposed to diffuse the situation and take your daughter away to see what's going on instead of attacking a kid with a cup and making her get 18, 17 stitches in her forehead.
Yeah, and what you're looking at now is pictures of that mom, Tony Monroe, appearing in court just a short time ago. The defense attorney for Tony Monroe stating she has no prior criminal record. Monroe maintains she was at the school for a meeting because her daughter was being bullied, because her daughter was the one being bullied. So once again, it depends who you believe as to how this fight started. But what we know is this: Monroe is seen on that video clocking a 14-year-old girl in the head with a metal Stanley Cup, her daughter's Stanley Cup, which she's seen on video taking from her. She is now facing 2 felony counts, second-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. She was released on supervised release. A protection order has been issued to protect the victim, of course. But once again, a very troubling case where a mom clearly hit a 14-year-old girl over the head with a metal Stanley Cup. We're live in Central Islip. I'm Stacey Sager, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
That video leaves you speechless. Stacey, thank you.
Speechless. Let me share your screen again. Tara, thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated. Thank you for always supporting me on the channel. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that shows the Diva love and support. Thank you so much, y'all. Hit the like button. Let me share screen again. I don't know why my screen is taking so long there. Okay, let's see. Let me try again. If it doesn't come through. All right, Felicia, while I'm trying to pull this up, it's just going to give us a little bit more information. But do you want to go ahead and start us off?
Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. While I was listening to the story, I did the deep dive into the research, into the data. No, I'm not surprised. Another failing school with failing parents, and the numbers are very, very much what I had anticipated would be the situation. So the graduation rate in this school is 78%. So on average, they have about 53% of their kids' grades 10 to 12 do well on the math tests, 77% do well on the reading, and 60-something% on the science. In terms of college readiness, 14 out of 100 children are prepared for college. 80% are economically disadvantaged. 76% get the free lunch program. It is a ratio of 23-1 on teachers to student. So in this particular school, the data is 97% minority, 86% Hispanic, 7.9% Black, 2.9% white, and then you have a combination of others, which is about 4-point-something%. The completion rate, so let's say if you had 1,000 kids come in for ninth grade, out of that 1,000, 600 and some odd will go on to 12th grade. So there's a huge drop off here in between. So a lot of young people and their parents leave this school because it's underperforming. It's an economically disadvantaged school. And the curriculum, it's very sad. It's ranked 8,448 in the country and 792 in the state. The curriculum is below state levels. I don't know what the quality of the books, the infrastructure is, the resource rooms, let's say the labs, the science rooms, the gymnasiums, things like that. 18% of the kids have passed at least one AP test. The mathematics, I gave you that number, the reading, the science, and again, the graduation rate. So I don't expect better from this mother. And we know that awards, trophies are sometimes resented for whatever reason. Some people feel that this kid shouldn't have got it, my kid shouldn't have gotten it. And so they go up to school and they want to fight like they did when they went to that poor underperforming school 20 years ago. And they beat up on other people's children. And so I don't understand. Can we give a really bad shout out to the school security who could do nothing, he said. He couldn't stop nothing. He sees a child about to get assaulted and beaten down, and he can't do anything. So he too has failed on the job. I hope they've already transferred him out. When did this happen, Diva?
It's recent. I
hope he ain't working there no more because he was covering summer school. That was the summer school. So we see he's failing for the summer school program. We don't need him there in the fall. So I hope he's already gone. I hope he's going to get some training or something, and maybe he can go to another school and be of better service and do a better job. I don't know where this young girl's parents were, the one that got her head busted up and everything. I don't know what happened there. I don't even understand why they didn't call 911. I don't understand why there wasn't a medical vehicle there to assist this child. Everything was wrong here. Everything. And these are the scars and the traumas that if you hold on and you become a young woman, you then begin to get triggered and become very angry, and you're easily volatile because situations like this are allowed to happen to children. They don't get addressed. They don't get cared for. They're not loved and they're not protected. And these are the scars that we continue to carry one generation to the other. And I hope this mother gets locked up for a good 8 or 9 months. Let her do Sean Combs' time. I'm done with the attacks on children. I'm done with it. Thank you, Diva.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm done with the attacks on the kids too. This is just utterly ridiculous. Let me just share screen again. I think I could get to this now. Let's see. Let's hope I can get through it. It'll share. Long Island teen allegedly attacked by rival's mom with metal Stanley mug is too traumatized to return to school. Thought I was going to die. A Long Island teen who needed 17 stitches when another girl's mom allegedly bashed her with a metal Stanley water mug says she's too traumatized to return to school, much less ever use the brand of cup again. I'm shaking all the time, said Madison Evans, a 14-year-old student at Brentwood High School, to the Post. I can't even look at those cups anymore. Every time I see one, it just brings it all back. Madison said her horrific ordeal began when she was leaving summer school as usual one day at Brentwood last week and was approached by two girls she had never spoken to before. The girls, including a 15-year-old, have issues with her cousin, which made her a target by extension, Madison said. When the pair began bullying Madison outside the Suffolk County School, she verbally pushed back, she said. In a video obtained by the Post, Madison and one of the girls are seen arguing and being held back by security when Toni Moreau, the 35-year-old mother of the 15-year-old, is standing next to her daughter and yelling. At one point, Moreau can be heard saying, "Give me your Stanley," to her daughter, who obliges. The 15-year-old and Moreau then charged Madison, punching her and hitting her in the head multiple times with the cup, according to the video. Eyewitnesses claim that afterward, Moreau tried to run away before being apprehended by security. Madison described the chaos of the fight to the Post, and the moment she realized blood was streaming down her face. "I thought I was going to die," she said. Police arrested Moreau, who had no prior criminal record, in the parking lot. Madison said that at first she was completely unaware that it was the girl's mother who jumped into the fight. "I was kind of shocked," she said, realizing it was Moreau who was swinging the bottle at her. "I thought it was another student, but then when I looked at her, she had a tattoo. But then I just kept trying to defend myself." Moreau's daughter later defended her mom's actions on Instagram, claiming she only tried to break up the fight between her and Madison and was not actually trying to hurt the teen. But Shamika Fortney, Moreau's guardian, called the claim laughable and said the video and the 17 stitches on the teen's head are all proof she needs to debunk that. "If you're going to let your kids fight, then let the kids fight. Kids will be kids. We're all done it growing up, but you don't jump in and fight kids," Fortney said. Moreau, who claimed she was at the school to complain about bullying against her daughter, was arrested and charged with assault. She was released without bail, but ordered to wear an ankle monitor and barred from contacting Madison. In court, Moreau's lawyer insisted it was her daughter who was being bullied, but students said Moreau's daughter is the one known to cause issue between herself and other students. Madison family said there's no excuse for Moreau's actions, regardless of the situation. "As a mom, you're supposed to diffuse the situation and take your daughter away to see what's going on instead of attacking a kid with a cup," said Madison's cousin, Tylene Smith. Brentwood School Superintendent Wanda Ortiz Rivera called the incident unacceptable and promised that the safety and well-being of our students is always our highest priority, adding this type of behavior will not be tolerated in our schools. For Madison, though, the damage is already done. The thought of returning to Brentwood Hills fills her with dread, and she doesn't feel safe walking the halls again, she said. She has yet to return to the classroom. She also said that while she enjoyed using Stanley mugs before, the thought of it now makes her sick. Julius, your thoughts?
My this lady is lucky it didn't turn fatal. And so I want to call the adult out here. You were supposed to supervise. Now let's take it old school. Right? Now I want to be clear. Hands should be kept to themselves. But if the girls wanted to tussle right quick, the adults, because the mother is not that much older than me, and I know she was probably raised this way but doesn't care. It's going to be a one-on-one, clean tussle. That's it. But she took it upon herself to join her daughter and jump the girl and also use a cup. And the students, seeing her do this, they tried to get her off the girl. And they're coming out and saying, no, she went there to try to bring a bullying case, and her daughter is the one doing the bullying. And I can see why. Big, double dope, ghetto fabulous, little in training, double dope, ghetto fabulous. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. And you got one teenager who is traumatized now and who does not want to return to school because what if they see this person again? Or what if this person calls their other family member again and they come in to throw down? It just boggles my mind if you want to throw down with somebody, let it be one-on-one and let it be done and over with. That's it.
Mm. Thank you, Julie. Savannah, your thoughts?
Hey Diva, hey panel, and hey chat. Oh boy, this is heavy for a Sunday, and to know that this was summer school, so these two young ladies were already struggling academically for them to be in summer school.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that from the beginning of the story that the young lady that's mother was the aggressor here. Well, from what I read was that she was bullying other students, and she seems to be a problematic child in this school system. She's supposed to be well known, so um, it's clear that her mother has failed her. I don't understand why. Um, I don't know. I know in my around my grandbaby school, parents are not allowed that close to the building. So, but it's summer school, so they wouldn't have that extra security. I guess I agree with Felicia, and I appreciate her bringing all the data. Um, I hope that, and this isn't even the regular school year. They're getting ready to go to the regular school year. And this young lady now is traumatized from her situation. I'm pretty sure the community is all involved as well. And I think that the daughter of the aggressor is a bully because she immediately went on social media to address the issue instead of laying low and worrying about your mom locked up and looking a hot mess before the judge. You want to continue the bullying and antagonizing on social media. So this won't be the last time this young lady is facing some type of legal ramifications. I agree the mother needs to be locked up for 6 to 9 months. And the daughter, and maybe even the victim should be doing some community service.
Mm, I appreciate you. Thank you, Savannah. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and roll right into the next story. Go ahead, Felicia.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that they have a major problem with MS 13 gangs in these Brentwood, Long Island schools.
Mm,
Back a few years ago, quite a few people lost their lives, young people. So, again, if you are on that data that I shared, if it happens to represent some of the demographics where your children are going to school, I strongly encourage you to find someplace else to have your children educated. I'm
yeah,
done.
thank you. All right, I'm going to roll into this next story where this mom, she thought it was a good idea to send the pow pow in the kid's backpack. I guess dad was going to pick the kid up, and it just craziness. Let me just make sure I have the right story here. I think I do. Okay.
To lockdown at Coppergate Elementary School caused by one parent trying to return a gun to another parent. That's according to the Clay County Sheriff, Michelle Cook, tonight. Cook said a student's mom put the gun, now listen to this, in the child's backpack, telling the child to return the gun to the child's father. The child forgot to give the gun to their dad, causing the gun to be found in the child's backpack at school. The mom is now facing felony charges, including child neglect.
Just stupid. Hold on, let me share screen again. Mom charged after allegedly packing a gun in child's school backpack to return it to their father. Could have ended in tragedy. The student found the firearm in their backpack during the first week back at Coppergate Elementary School. A Florida mom has been charged with 2 felonies after allegedly sending her young child to school with a firearm. During the first week of classes at Coppergate Elementary School, also known as Coppergate School of Arts, officials found a pow in the student's backpack, according to a news release from the Clay County Sheriff's Office. Upon arriving at the Middleburg-based school on Wednesday, August 13th, the student discovered the weapon in their bag. The CCSO said they then told their teacher, who alerted school officials in the sheriff's office, which was quick to alert the community to the situation. All children are safe, Clay County Sheriff Michelle Cook wrote in a Facebook post shared early that morning. The notification came as the school was placed in what the CCSO called secure status, meaning educators could continue instructing while preventing anyone to leave or enter school grounds, the sheriff's office said. The pow, meanwhile, was confiscated by CCSO deputies. With the school secure and the pow in CCSO possession, the sheriff also is beginning an investigation, which quickly led them to the student's mother, Sierra Bonner. Through investigative techniques and interviews, we discovered the child's parents don't live together. The mother placed the pow in the backpack and told the child to return the firearm to their father before they left for school. The CCSO wrote in the news release. The child was taken to Coppergate Elementary by their father, who was unaware the pow was in the backpack. Therefore, the firearm ended up on school grounds, the release stated. Upon learning that Bonner, 39, had allegedly sent the child to school with the firearm, she was arrested and charged with child neglect and given a firearm to a minor, the CCSO said. Both are felony charges, according to arrest records viewed by People. People reached out to Bonner in the Coppergate School of Art spokesperson for a comment, but did not receive an immediate response. The Florida Department of Children and Families was also alerted to this situation and responded, according to the CCSO. I mean, this mother here. In a statement, Sheriff Cook attributed the incident to a poor decision and said the situation very well could have ended in tragedy. It's critical that parents know what their children are bringing to school before they leave home. Look in their backpacks, ask questions, and have conversations on what's appropriate to bring to school, the sheriff said. In this specific case, this was a poor decision and could have ended in tragedy. I'm grateful for our partnership with Clay County District Schools and applaud our schools, resource deputies and detectives for their work to keep our students safe. Cook added. Oh my goodness. Felicia, your thoughts?
Because I'm going into the data. I'm going in. Okay. This is how you could easily find out numerology wise how a school is doing. So this is an elementary school. This only goes to 6th grade. So this was truly a child who carried this weapon in the backpack, okay? Because it's only to the 6th grade. And they have a large percentage of young people in this school for it to be an elementary school. So I'm really thrown. I'm wondering if this number is accurate, but it says it's in a large suburb, right? The school, in terms of demographics, is broken down to be 39% or 40% white kids. Full-time teachers is 47. Good percentage of these teachers are certified. It's 13 kids to every teacher, and they have 2 full-time counselors. I made an error. The minority enrollment is 39%. It's 60% white, 16.6% Black or African American, 15% Hispanic. But the overall number of young people and families in this school that are economically disadvantaged is over 80%. So here we go with the scores. Okay. So they say that the school enrolls 100% economically disadvantaged students, but at this time it's 80%. And the math score is 59% are at a reading level, and 57% it's for proficiency in both. And it says it meets expectations. So this is another underperforming school where the demographics are challenging in terms of resources, technology, labs, things like that. They're doing pretty well. But something else is happening in this school, and this is in Middleburg, Florida. So when we talk about a parent who says, I don't have time, I don't know, because, we've been hearing lately, I got to get to work. I can't do this in the daycare. I can't check to see if there's a child in the back seat. Folks, just the adults, so-called adults, the parents, just cannot seem to be focusing on keeping their children safe and loved and protected. So you had something else to do, and you sent a little kid with a weapon in their backpack. And not only did you send it, you told them that they should handle it to give it to their father. And that made sense to you. So I'm glad she's being charged. I want her to join that other mother. Did she get an ankle bracelet yet? Because we need her to get an ankle bracelet. And I'm not confident if she should be getting bail. She should not be around anybody's kids. She's reckless in her judgment. Reckless. Yeah. And I don't know who this father is. They didn't mention where the father is or is not. I'm quite confident he's going to deny anything of any receiving of any kind of weapons of any kind. Because I know I would. I don't know nothing about any of that.
Well, that's what he did say that already.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, that's exactly what I would have said. Okay, I've got no knowledge. And so mom's going away for a little bit. Maybe she's going to do 8 or 9 months. She's going to go into some kind of program. And her child won't be in her custody for a while. Because that's what's going to happen down there in Florida. They're not going to give her a second chance because, in my opinion, she put all of those kids in jeopardy. That could have gone very badly.
It could have.
I'm done.
The kid was smart enough to alert the people like, yo, this is in my bag. Instead of alerting like his fellow student, saying, see what I got, and something, yes, this could have went left. Savannah, your thoughts?
And this is why I am wholeheartedly in agreement with parents being responsible for children who commit crime. Although this child, this parent didn't have any regard for any public safety or what consequences could have happened if that child showed the object to friends, show off, or even if somebody else went into his book bag and took it out. I just don't understand what's going on in society, how we're not grown-ups, adults, the ones that we're supposed to be protecting and being a whole lot smarter than what's been going on. And I think she definitely should be spending some, should be doing some time. And again, this is why 47 walks around with the power that he thinks he's carrying, because of stupid mess like this.
Thank you, Savannah. Julius, your thoughts?
I want to give kudos to the kid. He said, Miss, this is in my bag. I don't know how it got here, but this is in my bag. And the father wasn't aware. Like, is the mom that dense? Because the father took him to school. So you mean you didn't bother to communicate to the father, hey, this is yours? Because the kid had to get in the car with the dad. I'm assuming the father had to pick him up at the house. He wasn't aware. But she was being lazy and just putting it in her kid's bag. So she deserves to get locked up almost a year. And so hopefully, I hope she sits and thinks. She could be out free right now. But she better thank her lucky stars that her son had the common sense Soon as he looked in his bag, he told his teacher. Because Diva, like you said, and Miss Felicia, like you said, and Savannah, like you said, this could have been turned to left, and it could have been a tragic situation.
Mm. Whew. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and roll. The train is moving along nicely here. We're gonna go ahead and roll into this last story. So hold on, let me share screen.
New tonight, a daycare worker arrested in Bainbridge. Yvette Thurston is facing felony child abuse charges for her alleged treatment of a toddler. Thurston was arrested at Little Blessings, a church child care facility, and is still wearing that Little Blessings shirt in this booking photo. The child's father shared photos of his one-year-old son online and with us, but we want to warn you first, these images are startling. This is Clay Weeks. His father, Corey, says this happened on Clay's first day. Bainbridge Public Safety says they were called to the facility Monday just before 7 p.m. BPS has not released any details about what happened, but says officers were able to watch video surveillance of the incident. Thurston has bonded out of the Decatur County Jail and was ordered to have no contact with anyone under 18 or the Weeks family. We have reached out to the daycare for comment and have not yet heard back.
Disgusting. Hold on one second. So daycare worker arrested for child abuse as toddler left with black eye and swollen face on first day at church-run center. A daycare worker in Georgia was arrested for child abuse, authorities said, as a father of a toddler under her care shared heartbreaking pictures of the boy with a black eye and a swollen face. Yvette Thurston, 54, faces 3 counts of first-degree child abuse and 1 of first-degree aggravated battery. She was taken into custody on Monday following a report of alleged abuse at Little Blessings Child Care in Bainbridge, close to the Florida border. Corey Weeks, a U.S. Marine and dad, took to Facebook to share pictures of the frightening injuries suffered by the 1-year-old son, Clay, on his first day at the church daycare facility. Weeks' posts included graphic pictures showing Clay's barely battered face, including a black eye swelling to his right cheek and multiple cuts. This is every parent's worst nightmare, and we had to live it, and they're still living it. He wrote on social media, describing how Clay and his older brother, Wyatt, 3, had started at the daycare facility on Monday. We were told another child in Clay's class did this type of damage with a plastic toy, he said, before adding that he eventually tracked down video surveillance footage of the incident that showed Thurston attacking his son. No, nothing we saw was for the faint at heart, especially happening to such an innocent soul, he said. The severity of the acts of violence to our son has everyone confident that this was not her first time. We trusted this facility to care and love our kids, and their first day that was violated, and on their first day that was violated, he wrote. There will be no more coming from this, and we will make sure nothing is swept under the rug, he said. Clay was rushed to Memorial Hospital in Manor, where his injuries were treated. Specific details about the case or allegations were not immediately released, but Daycare County investigators confirmed that they were able to view surveillance video from the daycare, which contributed to the investigation. It was our understanding that the employee has been terminated by the child care program, a spokesperson for Georgia Department of Early Care and Learning, DECAL, told the Post. As our investigation is still in its early stages, DECAL will continue to work closely with law enforcement and all relevant parties to ensure a comprehensive review of the facts, the statement continued. Representatives for Little Blessings Child Care did not respond to requests for comments. This is horrific. Felicia, your thoughts?
I am so sorry what happened to that little baby Clay. First day he's out of the care of his parents, he's brutalized and assaulted. He doesn't have the language, the communication skills. He doesn't have a cell phone. He don't have nothing. He has to be at the mercy of a liar and a brute. She said it was some kid with a plastic bottle, but they knew better. They went to the video. They went to the camera. And they saw her committing this assault. I hope they shut Little Blessings down, period. Because clearly, and I know Savannah going to call it out, there ain't no vetting going on over here. There's no vetting, no. And when incidents happen, they poo-poo it and it's on to the next thing. They're going to have to shut it down. This family's going to have to sue this church-run facility. Yep. And I thank the father for posting it. Said no other family that's looking for a place should Google this place and not see this story and see this photo of what happened to their baby. I'm done.
Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate you. Julius, your thoughts?
Ooh. His first day. That woman beat him like he was a grown man. And this was at a church-run facility. A so-called place that is supposed to be of the Lord. And I assume they was already trying to do cover up. So good to the father for getting the video. Good for him for posting it. Because churches, when abuse happens on their ground, they like to play cover up. They like to, oh, let's keep it on the low. It says in scripture, no harm shall come to my little angel. God was talking about the babies. And he went on to say, if you do harm to my little angels, you shall and will suffer my wrath. So I'm going to say this, because I'm trying to keep my temper in check because of those bruises. I can't get them out of my head. I hope that lady gets her karma beyond full force. That's all I can say.
Sad. Very sad. Thank you, Julius. Katrina, your thoughts?
Now, why I had to come in and get this story? Hey, Diva. Hey, Chad. Hey, panel. That child looked like he was in a ring with Rocky. There's no way, girl. If that was me and that lady be fighting, we would be windmilling right now. If I ever see one of my children or grandchildren look like that coming from a daycare center, they ain't got to put her in jail. Just let her get in the round with me. Because for you to do that, you was a big tail coward. What in the heck? I hope she ain't got kids of her own. Because she's doing this child, what the heck she's doing to her children at home. This is ridiculous. And as Julia said, yeah, they would try to hide it. Because first they said they didn't have the video. Then the dad had to track them down to get the video. I'm surprised they didn't delete it. And then you're going to lie and say another child hit him in his face. Now, what if that child family members had to come back and pay some type of resolution or some type of settlement for this child? Because the lie that you told, because you trying to cover your tail. So I'm glad that video was in there. And like I said, if that was my child, me and her would be windmilling right now. She didn't need to be behind bars. I would have took care of myself. But I'm a Christian woman, so I'm just gonna leave it there. That's all I got.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
All my love for God and church would have left out in 0.6 seconds if that was my baby. I can't even imagine as a parent picking up your child in that condition.
Mm.
And for that, and what that baby went through, and that's a big woman. That's a big woman. So those slaps or punches or pinches or whatever she did, that really affected that baby, and the emotional damage that she has done to this child. I'm like, I thought the same thing as Katrina. I hope that she doesn't have children, because I can't even imagine what they're going through in their own walls. That was a hard story, Diva. I think that's like the hardest story that we have done, to see pictures and videos. So I just can't imagine what that baby went through at that daycare. And thank God that there was video. And how she wouldn't think that that child would bruise up the way. I mean, this baby has a black eye. I can't. That is horrific. Like, I'm literally, I can't. The pictures were too much for me. I'm literally sitting here. I had to put my coffee down and just like, oh my God, that is just horrific. Thinking what that baby went through. And this big monster was beating on him, and I don't care what the reason was. So I hope that she is in jail with no release, absolutely none, and that her children be taken away from her if she has children, and that her picture and name be posted everywhere in social media realms. This is heartbreaking, and I find it difficult to even talk about this story.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is a difficult story. But it's out there. So we had to talk about it. And thank God for these cameras. But real sicko, because she works there. So she know they got cameras. And if she so freely did that to that child, I don't, like the guy said, like the father said, the way she was freely doing this wasn't her first time. And God only knows how many other little kids were blamed on the other stuff that she did. Listen, guys, I'm going to stay connected to these stories to let you know what ends up happening. What this mom that jumped into this fight. We're going to see if she gets time, if any, what happens with that. But I could already tell the 14-year-old, and rightfully so, she's getting up to sue. She says she can't even stand to look at a Stanley Cup no more. She can't even drink out of it. And she says she's not going back to the school. Then we got the second mom. You send your kid. I mean, your poor judgment is an understatement. You don't tell the father, come by my house and get your pow. And why you're passing back and forth for pow, I'll never know. But you don't tell him, come get it. You send it in a backpack with the kid who's not even in high school. Listen, kids can't remember nothing. You tell them something, the minute they walk out the door, it's out of their head, and you leaving packing a pow in the kid's backpack and telling you give it back to your father? Why would you even want that thing in the hands of your kid? That's the whole reason why they tell you if you have one to have it up in a lockbox. She's sick. Then we got this daycare worker. I don't know what they're going to do about these daycares. And I don't know what the answer is. But whatever they got going on right now, that's definitely not the answer. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all helped me do an express train. We're under 60 minutes. I thank y'all for stopping by and hanging out with me. Now, y'all know the routine. If y'all ain't hit that like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo, choo.
Choo, choo, choo.